Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Spring is a time for renewal, and for some, a time to clean up the clutter in the basement or other areas of the home. And this month, Saskatchewan policing agencies are encouraging you to go one step further and turn in any unwanted firearms. Well, April is here, and despite the cooler temperatures and the snow on the ground across the Southwest, spring has arrived. Mold and other allergens are in abundance this time of the year and will increase in the coming months as the trees start to bloom for another season. And depending on the types of symptoms you suffer from, allergies can range in degree on a daily basis. Thanks for joining us here today. Police across the province are asking you to turn in any unwanted firearms. We have more in today's top story. Spring is a time for renewal, and for some, a time to clean up the clutter in the basement or other areas of the home. And this month, Saskatchewan policing agencies are encouraging you to go one step further and turn in any unwanted firearms.
Yeah, it's actually an initiative that's led by the Saskatchewan Association of Chiefs of Police, and the RCMP are participating in it. The firearms Amnesty, up until the 27th of April. Anybody who has a firearm that they no longer wish to keep or maintain can turn it in to the police with no questions asked. And anybody who's come into a firearm through perhaps an estate, or they've just found one or have come into possession or have one that they no longer wish to keep can be turned into us with no questions asked. That can be a restricted firearm, a prohibited firearm, whether it's licensed or registered or non-registered.
Staff Sergeant goes on to explain that if you do have firearms to turn into the police, there are certain protocols to follow.
Yes, anybody who does have any firearms or ammunition that they don't wish to use, we would ask them to call our office and advise us. Please don't bring them into the detachment here. A number of reasons for that. They could be loaded, or any transportation of a firearm that's restricted is illegal. So we ask you call, and we'll send a couple of members over again to take that firearm into our possession with no questions asked.
The Gun Amnesty program in Saskatchewan continues through April 27th. And if you have any questions or wish to turn in any unwanted firearms, contact your local police or RCMP detachment. Spring is off to a slower than usual start across the province. And in this report, we find out what the long-term weather outlook is. Well, April is here, and despite the cooler temperatures and the snow on the ground across the Southwest, spring has arrived. And after receiving a good portion of our winter snowfall throughout the month of March, many are hoping that warmer conditions and April showers are on the horizon. We spoke with Environment Canada to get this latest weather update for the coming weeks.
Clearly, we know the days are getting longer, so I think we've got that to look forward to. Now, our models are suggesting perhaps that it's going to be maybe a little bit of a slower arrival of spring than we hope for. There's not an allotment of misery days, and you've used yours up. I think you're better off than Alberta, British Columbia, where we see the cold carrying on for the rest of the winter and into early spring. We see it being more flip-floppish in Saskatchewan.
The normal daytime high for this time of the year in southwest Saskatchewan is 9 degrees, with an overnight low of -4. Sneezing and watery eyes are just a few of the symptoms of allergies, and health officials have a few tips to help get you through the season. Mold and other allergens are in abundance this time of the year and will increase in the coming months as the trees start to bloom for another season. And depending on the types of symptoms you suffer from, allergies can range in degree on a daily basis, with health experts offering the following advice.
So in the outdoors, certainly when we get into the warmer weather, a lot of what we call allergens or particles that could have caused allergy are kept under the snow or very much to the ground. But as the weather warms up, we get certainly a lot more dusts being flared up, and we're also walking a lot more out there and into grass and stuff like that. So certainly people who are prone to allergies will experience more allergies as the weather warms up. The other side of the coin is indoors. It's really important to do a good, carpet cleaning, because a lot of those carpets can harbor things like mites, which also promote further allergies. And same with any compounds that are causing allergies from the outside will be easily brought indoors now, with a lot more of that openness of allergies on the ground.
You can also take further steps in your home by using a vacuum with a HEPA filter and frequently changing furnace or air conditioning filters. And along with taking over-the-counter medications to help you deal with your allergies, there's a few other steps to keep in mind.
It's hard to minimize your time outside, but remember that when you are outside and you come back inside, you are carrying some of those allergy stimulants not only on your body but on your clothing. So it may be wise when you come in to have those clothes washed so that you can get those products off, and also for you to take a good shower so that you take the products off, especially when the pollen starts going around. A lot of people will have it in the hair and not even realize it, and so when they go to sleep, they are breathing in again the same products because it's right there in their hair.
More information on dealing with allergies are available through your local pharmacist or your physician's office. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.